Now, let's talk about what do you do if you are the third-party expert. Well, you've just been edified, the phone call has been handed off to you, and at this point, what I suggest you do is say, hey, thanks a lot. So it's John, right? And you want to confirm their name. The number one word, the favorite word of every human in the English language is their name. And you're going to want to use their name as frequently as possible because it will build rapport between you and this stranger you're being put on the phone with. You want to be as warm and friendly as possible. They're already going to be a little intimidated by being on the phone with somebody they don't know. Take all of the edge off that conversation. Be, congenial. I chuckle a little bit. I'm just super warm when I'm doing a third-party call. So it's John, right? Great, man. Hey, thanks so much for taking some time to watch that video. I'm just curious before I tell you my story. What did you like best? The travel, the business, or both? You want to take their temperature right away. If they say both, you could say, me too. So you ready to get started? Your reason for being on this call, your reason for existence as a third-party expert is to do the heavy lifting of asking the prospect to get started. The average person, they don't feel comfortable asking their friend for money. That's why the third-party call is such a powerful tool in our arsenal. If you do not ask the prospect to get started at least twice during the three-way call, you have let your representative down and have not done your job. So let's repeat. Hey, so it's John, right? Hey, John, yeah, man, thanks so much for watching that video of ours. So I'm just curious, what did you like best about it, John? Did you like the travel, the business, or both? If they say both, they like it. They're ready to roll. And you say, cool, me too. So you ready to get started? At that point, they might hesitate. They might give you an objection like, well, yeah, I like it. I'm going to talk about it with my wife, of course. Something like that. At that point, you go to what the what the representative said you were going to do. You tell your story. You say, yeah, cool, man, I understand. Don't ever argue with the objections. Never argue. Never, ever argue with the objection. Well, I like it. I'm just, it's 365, I'm not getting paid till next Friday, so I'm probably going to need to wait. Yeah, man, totally understand. Listen, let me just tell you my story. And at that point, you are going to tell your 30-second testimony. And then you're going to come back to the closing questions. At this point, you're going to say something like this. So listen, I know that ... and you're going to repeat the objection they gave to you. Hey man, I know you said you really need to talk to your wife, but just between you and me, if your wife was sitting here with us on the phone right now and she liked it, you'd be ready to go? Is that what I hear you saying? You'd be in? This is called isolating the objection. Hey man, I know you said that you don't get paid till next Friday, but I just want to make sure, other than the fact that you don't have the money right now, other than the fact you need to wait till next Friday, like if right now you had $365 in your pocket, you would be in? That's the only thing holding you back? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Or, well, I also need to talk it over with my spouse. If they give you multiple objections, what I do at that point is go, okay, cool, man, I totally get it. Let me just take your temperature real quick. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1, this is the worst thing you ever saw, you can't wait to hang up the phone. 10, it's the greatest thing you've ever heard of, and you're dying to do it. Where are you right now? Just 1 to 10. They're going to give you a number. If that number is a 5 or less, just politely get off the phone. They're not getting started. If they say, well, I'm about a 5, say, cool, man. Well, listen, I can't thank you enough for watching the video, taking the time to support your friend by watching it. We'd love to have you on vacation with us. It's a lot of fun, man. I hope to see you soon on the beach, okay? Yeah, cool. Okay. Boom. Off the phone. But if they say they're a 6, 7, 8, 9, here's the question. Okay, so you're an 8? Cool. Let me just ask you, John, what would it take to move you to a 10? Like, what would it have had to have? What do you need that would move you to a 10? And just be quiet. They will then give you the answer. Now, at this point, your job is to have been a story collector and for you to have a repository of stories in your back pocket that you can tell that address whatever they say. time, money, looks like a scam, I need to do my research, whatever. You're going to tell the story at that point, and then you're going to talk about how much momentum we have on our team. You're going to say, and guys, let me just tell you, our team is exploding right now. Your buddy Joe just showed you this idea. He's showing this to a ton of people right after you're done. I just don't want you to miss out on that growth. You understand, if you get your spot right now, the next person that your friend shows this idea to, that person goes on your team by default. You're going to get paid on their income for the rest of your life. Do you understand that? Yeah, cool. So, are you ready to somehow get started with us? Are you ready to come with us? Are you ready to get started? These are the questions that you're going to ask. Again, you want to have said the words, are you ready to get started 2 times minimum in every 3-way call. Last thing, if they don't say they're ready to get started, you are going to drive them to a live event. And here's how that would sound. Let's say that they go, well, I still really need to talk it over with my spouse. Okay, cool. I totally get it. Listen, you know what would be cool? We have a bunch of parties that are happening in your area. I mean, we're a social club, and I want you to hear the words I'm using, guys, because this is the thing I say every time. It's very effective. You know, we're a social club, we're a travel club, and we're really all about the fun and the people. And, you know, you don't want to be in a club that you don't even like the people, right? So we got a bunch of parties that are happening in your area this week where you can meet a bunch of the members of the club. People will be talking about the club, giving a brief overview again. It'd be good for you to see it again, but that'd be a great place to take your spouse. Why don't you get with Joe, figure out which of those is going to work for you this week, and go out and meet some of the people, see if this is really something you'd want to be a part of. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Joe, what's the next travel party on the calendar? We have one on Thursday night over at Gives the part of town. Okay, cool. John, you think you can make that one? Yeah, I could probably make that one. Okay, cool. You and Joe get together, make sure that you plug into that, and dude, I can't wait to see you on the beach, okay? And then get off the phone. If, though, let's go back. So that's the last worst case scenario. They don't get started, and the only thing you can do is drive them to a live event. Okay, let's pretend, though, that they said, yeah, I'm ready to get started. What do? You are going to get their information over the phone verbally. Now, let me go back to the person who put them on the phone. If this is your prospect, you better have a pen and paper handy, because your third-party expert is going to ask them for their information, and as they're saying the information, you need to be writing it down. So, you ready to get started? Yeah, I guess I am. Okay, cool. Which credit card would you want to put that on? Probably my debit card. Cool, get that out. While you're getting that out, man, what's your, how do you spell your last name? What's your date of birth? And at this point, if you're the third-party expert, you need to have the enrollment form memorized. You need to know what every slot is. There's not a lot of them. It's very, very simple. You need their first and last name. You need their date of birth. You need their social security number. You need their email address. You need their best phone number, which is typically their mobile number that you want to get. You need the credit card number and the type of card. You need the expiration date for the card. And you need to confirm that their billing address and the address they just gave you are the same. That's it. You get all those pieces of information, you're good to go. You're going to get them to give that information to you over the phone. Your person is taking that information down so they can be put directly into the system. So that's it. How to be a third-party expert, how to get somebody on a third-party call. Guys, use 3-way calling as an integral tool in your tool belt, and your results are going to go way up.